In the early church, Christians would celebrate communion together every week and then bring it home with them so each day could begin with the body of Christ. Since 2004, the United Methodist Church has officially encouraged each parish to move towards a more sacrament-focused worship life by celebrating Holy Communion every week and ideally at every Sunday service. As worship traditions take decades, if not centuries, to fully change, this is still in the process of being gradually implemented across our denomination. But this focus on communion is not a new thing for Methodism. In fact, it goes back to John Wesley's Sermon 101, The Duty of Constant Communion. I'm Reverend Ian Collier, and this is 2 Minute Methodism. Methodist founder John Wesley taught that it is the duty of every Christian to receive the Lord's Supper as often as we can. He cites the fact that communion is a command of Christ himself. Do this in remembrance of me. And like all of God's commands, it should be our will to fulfill it every chance we get. Likewise, since we believe that in Holy Communion, God's grace is actually communicated to us, and we are always in need of God's mercy, we should yearn for communion every day so that we can have the strength to live as those becoming perfect. But in Wesley's day, as today, there were those who were hesitant about this teaching, though Wesley had no time for these objections. Some worried that they weren't good enough or holy enough to receive the body and blood of Christ. But, taught Wesley, since communion is a means of grace, it is by taking it that we are made worthy. Others worried that celebrating communion too often would make it less special. But Wesley says, if it is a command of God, we should not artificially make following God's commands a novelty. Rather, we should show how special and revered God's commandments are by following them as often as we can. Methodists, even today, believe in the duty of constant communion. How are you living this out?